To call a special finance meeting to order on Tuesday, January 20th at 6:07 PM. Clerk, can you please take a roll?
Councilwoman Graziano, Councilman Ritz,
Present.
Councilman Trafficante, Councilwoman Baziri,
Present.
Council Vice President Veroyan,
Present.
Councilman Andujar,
Present.
Council President Wall.
Here.
At this time, I am opening up public comment. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on docketed items only? Seeing none. Technical clerk, is there anyone online that would like to speak on items?
There is no public comment online.
At this time, I'd like to close public comment. We're moving on to committee business matters carried over. Moving on to ordinance 12-25-02S, ordinance authorizing the establishment of a revolving loan fund for school building improvements, sponsored by Mayor Hopkins. I believe there are some amendments. So I would transfer it over to our city solicitor.
Thank you, Chairman. Yeah, there are some amendments that were drafted between my office, Mr. Marcella, and with the finance director. Most of it is definitional, minor changes to the definitional part. We've added some language about who the fund should be administered to and deleted just a little bit of language, including management fees. The rest of it is all kind of minor, very minor changes. But due to that fact, we're going to substitute this ordinance in place of what was posted. We're asking the committee to vote this out of committee. We're going to advertise it for 2 weeks, and then we can properly vote on it at a full council meeting in February.
Thank you. So I'm pretty sure everybody has this. So may I entertain a motion to approve the amended document that's in front of us?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Just to be clear, we're going to table the original, and we're going to substitute this ordinance for the one that was on the docket tonight. So,
Yes, correct.
That's
So we're voting on the amended one.
correct.
Okay. No discussion? Any further discussion?
And I believe there are copies if the public, there are copies for the public.
So since we're in the discussion, my understanding is we are voting on the amended version, and it will be posted online, and we'll be voting on it at our council meeting in February. So it'll give the public enough time to view.
And at that time, if people have issues with it, they can go to the public hearing on the council agenda and speak about the ordinance at that point. But it'll be advertised for 14 days. Most of the amendments are definitional. We clarified some issues about bonded interest. We added the mayor to the administrator of the fund. We also gave the city council authority to approve any expenditure above $50,000. So there's a check that's already built into this, that the city council will have a $50,000 threshold in which they would have to approve these projects. And we make sure that these projects that are eligible for reimbursement are all approved by RIDE. So the purpose of this fund is that, purpose of this is, and a lot of cities and towns have done this, you submit there's a school building committee that's established by state statute. They go out and they come up with a schedule of things that they want their schools to be approved with. RIDE then has to approve those projects. If RIDE approves those projects and they're eligible for reimbursement, say for instance, it gets a new roof needs $100,000. RIDE will approve that $100,000. Now, I don't know what Cranston's reimbursement rate is, but I'm assuming it's like 66%, maybe less, 35% maybe. All right, so let's take a round number. I'm not good at math. Say your reimbursement rate is 50%. So the city will expend $100,000. You'll get 50% back over a period of time. I think RIDE has up to 5 years to reimburse you. The $50,000 will come back into this fund, which then replenishes it, and then you can use the city or the mayor can then reappropriate that $50,000 for another capital project. It cannot be used for ordinary expenses. It must be used for capital expenses. So it's roof, anything that's more than a year. So it can't be used for salaries or anything like that, but these are capital improvement expenses for the schools. And it's a revolving fund. So the fund keeps on replenishing itself as you get the reimbursements.
Thank you for that. Is there any further discussion? Trafficante.
Just for clarification, so when the money comes back, the reimbursement will go back to the entity that donated?
No, goes back to this fund. Goes back to this fund.
I'm a little confused.
So my understanding, Councilman, is that there's going to be a special account created for this, correct?
Yes, a restricted account.
If you like me to take it from an accounting end, we're creating a vehicle that there's the outside entity will say, then in order for the money to get dispersed has to be given to the city of Cranston, this fund. The city of Cranston will pay the bills. Then the city will receive reimbursement, and use an example of being RIDE, would reimburse the city for those expenses. And then at the percent that is in effect. And then the city will return that money in terms of a loan back to the entity that provided the loan.
Any further discussion? Councilman Bonanno?
Yes, thank you. I think this is a fantastic idea. Frankly, I'm surprised we haven't done this a long time ago. If there's no objection, I'd like to be added as a sponsor from the council when it goes to full council, please. Thank you.
Any further discussion?
I'd like to be
Councilwoman.
added to a sponsor also.
Councilman Ritz, Councilwoman Haroyan, anybody else? Councilwoman Vaziri, Council President Wall would like to be added. Councilman Trafficante will be added. And if you could add myself as well. So if there's no further discussion, clerk, can you please take a roll for a vote?
Just to clarify, is the motion a motion to amend the ordinance?
We're going to the amended ordinance.
Councilman Ritz?
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante?
Yes,
Councilwoman Vaziri?
Yes.
Council Vice President Haroyan?
Yes.
Councilman Andujar?
Yes.
Council President Wall?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Moving on to ordinance 122504, ordinance and amendment of Title III, Chapter 20, Section 10 of the Code of the City of Cranston entitled Exemptions from Real Property Taxation for Those age 65 and older. Authority of the tax assessor to grant. I am withdrawing that. I'd like to thank everybody that participated, but we are withdrawing that at this point. Moving on to 122505S, ordinance and amendment of Title III, Chapter 40, Section 10 of the Code of the City of Cranston entitled Authority of Tax Assessor to Grant. This is the veterans one, and at this point, I am withdrawing that. So I'd like to thank everybody that helped me on this, but we are withdrawing it at this point. And with no further ado, I guess we're going to adjourn. May I please have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to
so
adjourn.
moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. We are adjourned.
Evening. And welcome to the January 20th regular city council meeting. At this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order, and I ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Councilwoman Graziano, Councilman Andujar,
Present.
Councilman Ritz.
Present.
Council Trafficante, Councilwoman Baziri,
Present.
Council Campiano,
Present.
Council Banano,
Here.
Council Vice President Haroyan,
Present.
Council President Wall.
Here. This time, I ask everyone if you would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. The first item of business is acknowledgements and commendations and citations. This evening on the docket, there was going to be a citation congratulating Athletic Director Michael Trafficante for his retirement. However, unfortunately, Athletic Director Trafficante could not be here this evening, so we are going to continue this and have that citation presented to him at the February meeting. Next item of business is going to be the approval of minutes. If there are no objections, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes as a block.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Andujar,
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Council Trafficante,
Yes.
Councilwoman Baziri.
Yes.
Council Campiano,
Yes.
Council Banano,
Yes.
Council Vice President Haroyan,
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes. All right, next item of business is going to be public hearing. If anyone would like to make public comment on docketed items only, please step up to the podium, state your name and your address for the record. You'll have 4 minutes to speak. Seeing none, Tom, is there anyone online who would like to make public comment?
I see no public comment online.
Thank you, Tom. We're going to move on and close public comment. Next item of business is report of committees. The first report will be given by Councilwoman Bazari as Chair of the Claims Committee. Councilwoman, the floor is yours.
There is nothing to report from the meeting held on January 5th, 2026.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Moving right along, we're going to next hear from the Chair of the Safety Services Committee, Council Vice President Haroyan.
I wasn't present that night, but I was watching online. Councilman Andahauer did run my committee for me. And the committee approved the Class BV liquor license subject to a letter of good standing, a certificate of insurance, certificate of occupancy for Brood Awakening, Oaklawn Ave LLC located at 1234. And I'm going to ask tonight for a motion to approve this, subject to those three things.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, any discussion? Councilman Andahauer.
Just want to say that the meeting was very fast that day, so it was quick.
Thank you, Councilman Andahauer. Any other comments? There being none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Andujar,
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Council Trafficante.
Yes.
Councilwoman Baziri.
Yes.
Council Campiano.
Yes.
Council Banano.
Yes.
Council Vice President Haroyan,
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes. Moving right along, next we're going to hear from Councilman Andahar reporting as the Chairman of the Finance Committee. Councilman, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Finance Committee did meet on January 5th. We had a few resolutions and an ordinance. The first one would be resolution authorizing real estate tax abatements, which everybody had in their packet then. I urge passage.
Is
So
there a
moved.
motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Andujar,
Yes.
Councilman Ritz.
Yes.
Council Trafficante,
Yes.
Councilwoman Baziri.
Yes.
Council Campiano,
Yes.
Council Banano,
Yes.
Council Vice President Haroyan,
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
Next up, we had a resolution authorizing tangible tax abatements. It was in everybody's package. I urge passage.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
That's a motion to approve? Councilman Trafficante? Okay. And there was a second. Any discussion? There being none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Andujar,
Yes.
Councilman Ritz, Councilman Trafficante,
Yes.
Councilwoman Baziri.
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Banano,
Yes.
Council Vice President Corrigan,
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
Next up, we had ordinance 122506S, ordinance amending the City of Cranston 2025 through 2026 municipal budget for Rescue 5 full-time. I urge passage.
Motion to approve.
Hold on one
Second.
second. It's not that one? I just want to make sure we're clear.
The ordinance amending, that's what I forgot. I didn't say amending.
That's not- hold on. Excuse me one second. I'm sorry, I was wrong. I was just checking on something. So there was a motion made, a second, any discussion? Councilman Andujar.
I'd like to thank the mayor for bringing this. It's gonna serve Ward 3. So I really would like to thank the administration for moving this forward.
Any other discussion? I see none. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Andujar,
Yes.
Councilman Ritz,
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante,
Yes.
Councilwoman Baziri,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council Banano,
Yes.
Council Vice President Corrigan,
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes. Moving right along, to, I believe, Councilwoman Graziano is not here, to Public Works Committee. I believe Council Vice President will be reporting.
I did speak to Councilwoman Graziano, and she said there's nothing to report out.
Thank you, Council Vice President. Moving along, we're going to go back to Councilman Andujar. Reporting out as the Chairman of the Ordinance Committee. Councilman Andujar, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. The ordinance committee did meet on January 7th. And we started with ordinance 122501, ordinance amendment of chapter 17 of the code of the city of Cranston as amended entitled zoning. I urge passage, but I'd like to thank Councilman Ritz for bringing this up and sponsoring this.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Is there a
Second.
second? Second, is there any discussion?
I'll just
All
echo.
right,
the
Councilman
same-
Ritz?
The same comments, Councilman Andujar really led the charge in this. I appreciate him letting me be involved in it. I think it's some much needed and welcome changes to the zoning, so I appreciate all his hard work on it.
If it's okay with the sponsors, I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor. Okay, any other discussion? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Andujar,
Yes.
Councilman Ritz, Council Trafficante,
Yes.
Councilwoman Baziri,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council Banano,
Yes.
Council Vice President Corrigan,
Yes.
Council President Wall.
Yes.
Next up, we have ordinance 122503, ordinance authorizing the sale of city-owned property located at Cardinal Road. I believe our attorney, Chris Malay, has something to say about this.
Thank you, Chairman. We used to have one line of language that we have to add. So I'm gonna ask that we'll make the amendment, we'll post it, and we'll make it available at the next council meeting for proper notice. It's just simply one line of language dealing with another ordinance.
So motion,
To approve the amended.
what do you want it to change?
I'm sorry, I can do it, yeah. So what we need to do is have a motion to amend the ordinance, add the language, we'll post it on a vote, and then we can vote on the proper ordinance at the next council meeting. Yeah.
Hold on, before we go on, should the amendment be stated? I don't know what I'm making a motion for. Let me get the motion to be amended. I'm gonna take it from the floor. Somebody has.
Just for the record, we're going to add a section 3. Section 3 would then become section 4, obviously. Section 3 will simply read that this this ordinance shall not be affected by the provisions of ordinance 3-08-040 subsection F.
So I'm going to look for a motion to approve the amendment stated by the solicitor.
Motion to approve the amendment with the statement provided by the solicitor.
Is there a
Second.
second?
Second.
I'm going to take Councilman Bonanno.
Thank you. More of a logistics question for attorneys, Millet and Marcello. Would this necessitate this ordinance to go back to committee to be reapproved and come back? Just get on the record so we know what we're
I
doing.
spoke to the solicitor. We're just going to advertise it for 14 days and it'll be back on the council agenda for final passage.
And thank you.
And just so you understand what the ordinance, the amendment does, there's currently an ordinance on the books that says that anytime there's a sale of city-owned property, that money from the proceeds have to go into a capital fund. In this case, this money is going to pay salaries of, I believe, rescue individuals. That's what it's earmarked for. So we basically accepting this ordinance only from that provision that requires the funds to be paid to a capital fund. One-time change that only applies to this ordinance.
So any other discussion on the amendment? I see Councilman Trafficani's hand.
Does this delay in the purchase impact the insertion of the rescue on Ward 3?
Director Moretti Rose, I'll take his answer.
Yeah, Mayor, the fire department is in the process, but administratively, the mayor gave the okay to begin the recruitment process for those candidates. This will just, that process can't go on because there's no cost to the city in essence, so no material cost. But we'll need this passed before the actual hiring is performed.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, I'm going to ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Councilman Andujar?
Yes.
Councilman Ritz? Councilman Trafficante?
Yes.
Councilwoman Nazari?
Yes.
Councilman Campiano?
Yes.
Councilman Bonanno?
Yes.
Council Vice President Ryan?
Yes.
Council President Wall?
Yes. All right, thank you very much, Councilman. All right, we're gonna move right on to public comment on undocketed matters. If anyone is in the chambers this evening and would like to make comment on undocketed matters, please step up to the podium. Once again, state your name and address for the record, and you will have 4 minutes.
Hi, Marcia Fowler, 35 Milton Avenue. I'd like to thank Councilwoman Graziano, who's not here, and Councilman Campopiano for their quick actions and help with a neighborhood health concern. It was very much appreciated. And I appreciate Council President Wall and Councilman Campopiano's dedication to keeping tabs on the city's finances, along with other concerns, by requesting a date change of the primary elections. My concern tonight is also with the city finances and the fact that there is not yet a stated amount for how much a proposed new housing court will cost us. I've emailed or contacted all of you with this question, have heard back from only a few, but as of now, no one has an answer to how much a housing cost will cost us, and only one shares my concerns. I urge all of you to please put more research into this proposed court. I ask, what have you been doing in the meantime to address these housing concerns that are serious enough to ask at the state level for approval to start a new housing court? Have you addressed our current inspections department to see if they need more resources? Have you made a list of houses and businesses that need addressing? And if so, have you approached these property owners to discuss health and safety concerns and why they're not making the repairs? As I stated back in November, I fully agree that there are businesses and homes that need addressing. However, I'm concerned that a housing court will become a line item in the city budget, but none of us know how much that's going to be. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in chambers who'd like to make public comment on undocketed matters? Seeing none. Tom, is there anyone online who'd like to make public comment on undocketed matters?
There is no public comment online.
Thank you. So I'm going to close public comment once again. Okay, there are no reports from city officers. Under executive communications, all of you have the legal expense report in your packet. If there's something that didn't affect litigation, we can certainly ask those questions. Excuse me one moment. We're going to go back a second before I go to that one, because I did miss appointments. We're going to start off with, I'm going to look for a motion to approve of the appointment of Jessica Marcel to the Juvenile Hearing Board as alternate number 3 for the term ending December 1st, 2026. This was requested by Councilman Graziano and Council Vice President Haroyan. Is there a motion to approve?
So move. Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Okay, before I take discussion, Councilwoman Graziano took the liberty, she couldn't be here with us this evening, but she asked me to read this into the record. And if I read it poorly, I have a copy of it. Introduction to Jessica Marcel. Good evening. I'm pleased to introduce Jessica Marcel, who is being considered to serve as an alternate member of the City Council of Cranston Juvenile Hearing Board. Jessica is a Cranston resident with an experience in the child welfare profession, with more than 20 years experience of direct work in foster care and youth behavioral health. She currently serves as the lead foster parent recruiter for the North American Family Institute, where she leads recruitment strategy, community partnerships, and outreach efforts to expand and strengthen foster care placements across the state. Prior to this role, Jessica spent many years as a foster care parent recruiter, licensed coordinator, and therapeutic foster care manager. In these roles, she worked hands-on with youth and families, conducted home studies, supported foster parents through complex placements, coordinated with DCYF and community providers, and helped ensure that children were matched with families in a thoughtful and needs-informed way. Jessica's background reflects a deep understanding of trauma-informed care, restorative approaches, and the importance of balancing accountability with compassion. She has an extensive experience working collaboratively with families, schools, mental health providers, and state agencies, and brings a calm, steady presence to challenging situations involving youth and families. Jessica has expressed a strong interest in supporting alternatives to traditional juvenile justice involvement, and I believe that her professional experience, judgment, and commitment to the youth advocacy make her well-suited to serve on the Juvenile Hearing Board as an alternate member. I'm grateful for her willingness to step forward and serve the city of Cranston in this capacity. And if I could ask for a motion to add this letter into the record.
So moved,
Motion.
Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Second, any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll. And I'll get you.
Councilman Andujar?
Yes.
Councilman Ritz?
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante?
Yes.
Councilwoman Baziri?
Yes.
Councilman Campiano?
Yes.
Councilman Banano?
Yes.
Council Vice President Haroyan? Council President Wall?
Yes. Rose, can I give this to you? Since you have the copy of it? All right. Any other discussion? I see Council Vice President Haroyan's hand up.
I would just like to thank Jessica for coming here tonight. I've gotten to know her through Councilwoman Graziano. I believe she's going to be a great fit for the Juvenile Hearing Board.
Thank you. Any other discussion? I'm seeing none, so I'm going to ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Councilman Andujar?
Yes.
Councilman Ritz?
Yes.
Council Trafficante?
Yes.
Councilwoman Baziri?
Yes.
Councilman Campiano?
Yes.
Council Banano?
Yes.
Council Vice President Haroyan?
Yes.
Council President Wall?
Yes. Congratulations. Welcome. Next item of business is the reappointment of Anthony, I always say it incorrectly. It's Master Antonio. I think I got it right this time. Of the Board of Contracts and Purchases by the Minority Leader, Councilman Campiano, for the term of January 5th, 2026 to January 4th, 2027. There is no vote necessary. This is just a statement. Next also is the reappointment of Brian Moretti to the Board of Contract and Purchasing by Minority Leader, Councilman Campiano, once again, for the term of January 5th, 2026 through January 4th, 2027. And once again, that's just for information. There is no vote necessary. Now I'm going to move on to executive communications and the legal expense report. As I stated earlier, the legal expense report has been included in the council members' packets. If you do have some questions that don't involve any litigation, the solicitor is available to answer. Are there any questions? I see Councilman Andujar's hand.
Yes, Mrs. Solicitor. So a few months ago, I guess, one of your attorneys came up to Stephen Marcella and basically said that there's not that much action at Housing Court, but yet he's still submitting a $32,000 line item. So I'm just trying to figure this out. Is he busy over there or not? Oh, sorry, Mr. Solicitor. So a few meetings ago, one of your solicitors, Marcella, came up and he basically said that there's nothing going on at Housing Court. It's slow, but yet we have a $32,000 line item.
There is, depends, as you know, Councilman Andujar, there is some flexibility with the budget being self-insured within the city. So I've been doing my best since I started this job 5 years ago to stay within the budget. Sometimes the budget kind of gets close to where we're at. In years past, it's gone over what's been budgeted by the council. Right now, I'm projected under, but that could change tomorrow, you know. If the Housing Court comes to fruition, I'm sure that I'd be able to work with yourself and the members of the council to try and figure out how to best budget that, if that's your question.
No, thank you. I just want to just make sure you're just watching the line item. That's all.
Yes, okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Hold on. I'll make the call. See, he's gotten used to being chairman. I'm so sorry. Councilwoman Haran.
Attorney, Solicitor Marcella, these don't look like they're Housing Court issues, are they?
Well,
If I-
this is not necessarily the Housing Court. I can answer that one. This is the legal expense report. So some of them may have to do with housing or various other things, and we're going to be careful because we do have an executive session later to
Yeah.
discuss things that might be of a sensitive nature in litigation.
Yeah,
So you're-
Mr. Marcella handles other matters. He handles the municipal court, he handles Housing Court, he handles zoning matters at night, the planning board. So he does a lot of the land use. And so a lot of his bills are intermixed. He submits them on an hourly basis to the city. He works out of my office. He's not one of the on staff. Yes, yes.
Council Vice President, you set? You're all set? Okay. I see Councilman Campoviano.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to clarify, I do have a couple of questions, but I think it requires executive session. We will be going.
We
to
will be
executive
going
later
to
on.
executive session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, if there are not, I guess some of those will hold until we get to the executive session. The next item of business would be a request for the continuation in service for 1 year from October 16, 2025 to October 15, 2026 of Assistant Chief Richard Mancini on the Cranston Fire Department. I see, I was going to ask the director, he's very prompt in getting up there. Director?
Yes, sir. Yeah, the reason for being very prompt in getting up is Chief Mancini has been an incredibly valuable asset to the city of Cranston. A man of impeccable service, impeccable dedication. He's a tremendous firefighter and a powerful administrator in the department. He's requesting to stay on another year, at least, we hope. And certainly the mayor endorses that and requests your approval to have the assistant chief be employed with the city at least for another year or so. And again, we cannot speak any higher of a firefighter than Chief Mancini.
Thank you, Director. Any discussion?
So moved. We need to vote for this, right? So I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Okay,
Second.
I take that motion to approve.
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there's a second. Now I'll ask once again, is there any discussion? I see Councilwoman Haran.
of this tonight, as Chief Mancini is a great asset to the Cranston Fire Department. He has held every position over the years he's been on.
I concur. Any other discussion? Councilman Andujar.
I just want to thank Chief Mancini for his service and his continued service as he's a great asset to the city.
Any other discussion?
Here, here.
Any other discussion? There being none, clerk, please call the roll on the approval of Chief Mancini as Assistant Fire Chief, continuation for 1 year for Cranston Fire Department.
Councilman Andujar?
Yes.
Councilman Ritz?
Yes.
Council Trafficante?
Yes.
Councilwoman Nazari?
Yes.
Council Campiano?
Yes.
Council Banano?
Yes.
Council Vice President Haroyan?
Yes.
Council President Roll.
Yes. All right. Moving on. So the next item would, I guess, be my communications. Perhaps some of you might have read it in the Herald. About a week ago, I sent a letter regarding the De La Comunidad Charter School to RIDE. And although it's not necessary for me to read the whole letter, the substance of it was this, that De La Comunidad did not get the required resolution or ordinance approving of their charter school to be a sending city. So I wrote, or maybe I will read the letter to you if I can find it on my paper. So the following letter was drafted and sent to RIDE and the members of the Department of Education. I did send all this out to the members of the council. And it said, my name is Daniel Wall. I am the president of the Cranston City Council. I'm writing this email to bring a potential violation of Rhode Island General Law 16775 5.1 to the council's attention. On Monday, January 5th, the council voted to approve of an application of the De La Comunidad Charter School. This application was submitted and approved without requesting or receiving the support of the Cranston City Council. The aforementioned law clearly states that a proposed network charter school must have written support in the form of, and I quote the law, a resolution or ordinance granted by the town or city council. Because the De La Comunidad Charter School is a network charter school and it did not receive the required support of the Cranston City Council, I respectfully request that the council reconsiders its approval and, at very least, remove Cranston as an approved sending city. Sincerely, Daniel Wall, President of the City Council. I did get a response a number of days later, and basically their attorney said that the law didn't apply, and they didn't apply because De La Comunidad is not looking to have more than one school. It does say in the law that a charter school that does encompass an elementary and a secondary school would be considered a network charter school. So it seems to be a bit of gamesmanship or semantics, as they said it wasn't plural. If you, in my view, and some of the attorneys have said, a K through 12 school absolutely encompasses an elementary and a secondary school. The other sending cities were Pawtucket and Providence. They've also sent letters subsequently, and I will keep you posted as to what happens. But as of right now, we're in touch with our own school committee and some of the attorneys here. I've also been in touch with Senator Hannah Gallo, who is the author of the law. And she concurs, as I'll say it plainly, that it seems like the De La Comunidad Charter School is trying to circumvent the law in this respect. I also would just make my own public commentary that why would a school that who claims to be so in tune with helping the citizens of the city of Cranston, not even considering getting the consent of its elected officials? When I say that, I mean the city council, the school committee, the mayor, the superintendent, who was appointed by the school committee, And also, if I might as well throw in the president of our teachers union. They didn't get the support, they didn't ask for the support of one of those people. One of those bodies. And to me, it seems like something's wrong. So myself, I'll keep you posted on this matter. But I did want to put it on communication because it happened between the meetings. That's about all I have on communications. I'll answer any questions that I have. I see Councilman Trafficante.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, I agree with everything you've said. And as you know, I'm chairman of the charter school in Cranston, the apprenticeship exploratory school. And before we got our charter, we had to get permission of the city council. We had to get permission of the Cranston School Committee. And on top of that, we became the, basically a subset of the Cranston School Department. The Cranston School Department holds what they call the LEA, the Learning Education Agency for the charter school in Cranston. So they did none of that. So I agree with you totally.
Thank you, Councilman Trafficante. I see Councilman Ritzian.
Yeah, just along the same lines, I appreciate you sending the letter. I share the same concerns there. You know, it has an impact on school funding, classroom resources, and every seat, you know, per pupil. We need to fully understand that and the consequences. So thank you for sending that letter.
Thank you, Councilman Ritz. I see Councilman Bonanno's hand was up.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also, I want to thank you for sending that letter. I know that I did read it on social media and I did read it in Cranston Herald, and I commented on social media that says, you know, we're pretty much, at least in this room, all on the same page on this issue. And I know, you know, many of us were there at the meeting, at the hearing that took place at Cranston Public Library. And for those of us who were there, the elected officials in the room had a lot of questions, to put it lightly, even the ones, like, I spoke against it, quite frankly, and I don't think this should be drawing students from Cranston. But at the very best, you know, that was sort of the worst. At the very best, there were some people who just said, is this a good idea? You know, so there definitely was not a ringing positive endorsement from any of our elected officials. So I just want to say thank you for speaking for us. Your words do speak for me. And, you know, I have tremendous amount of faith in our public schools. Like Councilman Ritz, I have, well, he's got more, but I have kids in the system. And, you know, my wife is a teacher in our system. My mother's a retired teacher from our system. I've said this many times, so I'm sure we all know it here, but Cranston Public Schools is second to none. And I have tremendous faith in the school committee, our superintendent, to give the education that Cranston needs. Frankly, I have more faith in them than anyone else. So thank you for saying that. And I hope that the leaders of the school committee will confer with their legal counsel and perhaps, you know, take it a step further based on the interpretations of the law that you've heard. So again, thank you, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, Councilman Bonanno. Any other discussion? I see Council Vice President Haroy.
Thank you for doing, Council President. Well, I think we also need to know this has a big financial impact on the budget, on the Cranston School Department, the city budget. I'm not exactly sure the exact number. I believe it's around 19,000 per student that the city loses in state funding per child that goes to a charter school. And that makes a big difference with 200 students. You're talking hundreds, millions of dollars. And we offer all these things in our public schools. I do not have children, but the school department is very important to us. People move to our city for the school department.
To your point, thank you, Councilwoman. To your point, just using the application that the charter put out, I used the figure of $9,000 per student at that rate, and it came out to just about $2 million annually when it came to fruition. And that's $2 million every year going forward. That's based on 1/3 of the enrollment. If we went more than 1/3, that number would be greater. Those of us who are going to be sitting in this room, scrutinizing over the budget, know what a difference $2 million is going to make in our budget.
I just like to point out that's one charter school. We still have Achievement First, taking many of our public school students. It's a charter schools.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
No,
Let me just make sure I got everybody's had a chance, and now go around a second time to Councilman Trafficani. Any other comments? Councilman Trafficani.
keep in mind that the money follows the child. And it's not only charter schools that are drawing from the Cranston School Department or any other school department. You have what they call CTE programs, Career Technical Education. And we started off back in 2002, there was only 43 CTE programs. Now there's well over 300. So we're losing children that way as well. And if a child wants to go to, for example, Coventry or Pontiac, they can do so if the Cranston School Department does not have that particular program. So we're losing children in that direction as well.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other discussion? I see Councilman Andah's hand.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am a strong believer in education. And most of these kids that are probably going to go to La Escuela de la Comunidad are probably going to come from Ward 3. So I am totally always for education if they wanted to go, but I am not in agreement with them bypassing this body. So I applaud you, Mr. President, for sending that letter, and I hope you follow through with it, and you have my support for them to come back here and just to ask. So I thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Okay, if there's no further discussion, I'm going to move on to, let me see where I am. Introduction of new business. Let me see if I can get this right. There's none. Council, none. There's no new business. All right. So introduction of new business. So I'm going to say, if there are no objections, I am going to entertain a motion to refer all of new, to take all of new business as a block and refer them to their appropriate committees.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, and there shouldn't be any discussion, correct? All right. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Andujar?
Yes.
Councilman Ritz?
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante?
Yes.
Councilwoman Baziri?
Yes.
Councilman Campiano?
Yes.
Councilman Banano?
Yes.
Council Vice President Haroyan? Yes. Council President Wall?
Yes, thank you. Moving on, at this time, I will entertain a motion to adjourn to executive session pursuant rather to Rhode Island General Laws 42465A2 regarding litigation and the discussion of legal bills from the Law Department. Is there a motion?
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Andujar?
Yes.
Councilman Ritz?
Yes.
Council Trafficante? Councilwoman Baziri?
Yes.
Council Campiano?
Yes.
Council Banano?
Yes.
Council Vice President Haroyan? Council President Wall?
Yes, we are in executive session. We'll use the room and back there, and we'll return when we're done. This time I'm going to entertain a motion to return to the open session. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Andujar?
Yes.
Councilman Ritz?
Yes.
Councilman Trafficante? Councilwoman Nazari?
Yes.
Councilman Campiano? Council Banano?
Yes.
Council Vice President Horoyan?
Yes.
Council President Wall?
Yes. Let me just state for the record that there were no votes taken during the executive session. This time I'm going to entertain a motion to seal the minutes from the executive session.
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Andujar?
Yes.
Councilman Ritz?
Yes.
Council Trafficante?
Yes.
Councilwoman Nazari?
Yes.
Councilman Campiano? Council Banano?
Yes.
Council Vice President Horoyan? Council President Wall?
Yes. There being no further business before the city council this evening, at this time, I'm going to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all in favor, please signify by
Aye.
saying aye. Aye, opposed, signify by saying nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. This meeting is over. Thank you and good night.